everyone, welcome back to Digits. Today we'll be discussing our lesson 11-3, which talks about constant speed. And with ratios, we talk about speed a whole lot, so let's go ahead and get started. So whenever you're talking about speed and constant speed, you're going to use the equation dirt. D equals RT. We call it dirt. This expresses the relationship between distance, speed, or rate, and time. You will need to copy this into your notebook because it is going to be imperative to remember in order to solve what we're going to be working on in this unit. Okay? So go ahead and copy down this equation and what it means, and then let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so here's how dirt works. Your ant drives at a constant speed of 45 miles per hour. How far will your ant travel in 20 minutes? Use the equation dirt, where D is distance, R is rate or speed, and T is time. Okay? So what you need to do when you are solving these problems, you need to find your distance, your rate, and your time. Here's what that looks like. Okay? We know, as we read through, your ant drives at a constant speed of 45 miles per hour. Stop. Right here it says speed. We know that speed is our rate. So 45 is going to be our rate. So right now we have D equals 45, because when you find your number, you're going to replace the letter with a number, times time. That's what we have so far. Let's keep going. How far will your ant travel in 20 minutes? Stop. 20 minutes is time. Okay? But since we're talking about miles per hour, we need to turn our 20 minutes into a number that's relative to hours. Okay? So 20, and there's 60 minutes in an hour, so you do 20 divided by 60, and that gives you 1/3. So now you have D equals 45 times 1/3. Now remember, whenever you have two variables side by side like RT, it means you're going to be multiplying, okay? So right now, we have D equals 45 times 1/3. Well, we know from in the past, whenever you have a whole number multiplied times a fraction, you just replace your whole number with that unit. So we have 45 divided by 3. Okay? 3 goes into 45, turns into a division problem. 15 times. So, your ant drove 15 miles. D equals 15. Alright, if this is confusing, that's okay. This is the first time you saw this year. Alright, it's okay to be confused at first. Do not allow yourself to get frustrated just because you don't know it yet. It takes time as you get older to start solving problems. Okay? Here are the steps to solving what we just did. So I want you to copy down this problem, and here are the steps. Rewrite the time in terms of hours. This is what we did. We did 20 divided by 60, turn it into 1/3. We did that because it's talking about miles per hour, not minutes per hour. Okay? So to turn the 20 minutes into a fraction, which talks about how many parts of an hour is 20 minutes. Okay? Copy step 1 down, and then when you get step 1 down, push play, move on to step 2. Alright, step 2, use the equation, dirt, to find the distance traveled, or distance traveled period. Well, we knew that 45 miles per hour was our speed or our rate, so you're going to multiply that times 1/3 like we did a minute ago. Okay? So copy down step 2. There's only 2 steps really to this problem. Copy down your step 2, and when you finish copying it down, push play, move on. Alright, let's do this one together. Lisa bikes at a constant speed of 8 miles per hour. If she bikes for 30 minutes, how far does she travel? All right, so we're going to use our equation, dirt. D equals RT. Okay? So what you have to do is figure out what these numbers that are in the problem are. We have 8 and we have 30. What do these numbers represent? Well, let's read it and make sure we understand. Lisa bikes at a constant speed of 8 miles per hour. So her rate, her R, is going to change to 8. So now we have D equals 8 times time. Okay? So let's play with this so we don't get confused. If she bikes for 30 minutes, that is our time. Alright? Now again, we're talking about miles per hour. So we need to make 30 relative to hours. We know that 60 minutes are in an hour. So we do 30 divided by 60. Alright, and if you were to divide that all out and have the simplest form, it'll be 1/2. We know that 30 is 1/2 of 60. Okay? So now we have D equals 8 times 1/2. Now we know that if you're going to multiply 8 times 1/2, you can turn 8 into a fraction and work it out that way. Or, since the numerator is a 1, you can replace 1 with an 8. So we have distance equals 8 times 1/2, which is 8 over 1 times 1, 2. 8 times 1 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. So now, distance equals 8 halves, or 4. Because 8 divided by 2 is 4. So Lisa biked 4 miles. Okay, it's not so bad, is it, guys? Alright, let's keep moving on. Here are the steps to this problem. If you want to write it down, you can. If not, that's fine. We've already worked it out. Alright, so we're going to do, I want you to do this one with me because this is where it's going to switch things up a little bit. An airplane is flying from Boston, Massachusetts to San Francisco, California. What is the speed of the airplane in miles per hour? Use the equation dirt. So down here in the bottom right corner, you have the time, you have the miles flown. So you've got to figure out which letters you're replacing with that time and those miles. Okay? See if you can set your equation up before I do. Go. Alright, so we have time, which is our T, and we have the miles, which is our distance, D. So we can go ahead and start replacing our letters. Distance, whoops, I should touch the screen. Distance, which is 27.04, equals rate, which we don't have, times time. Now, since this is talking about hours, we don't have to convert it to minutes or anything. So we have rate times 6.5. Okay? Now, whenever we have a variable and a number side by side, we have to get that variable by itself or taking out that number. So we use the opposite operation. Since you're multiplying your R and your 6.5 together, in order to undo it, you would divide 6.5. Okay? Boom, they're gone. Now you have to do the same thing over here because whatever you do to one side in math, you have to do to the other side. So your answer is rate equals 27.04 divided by 6.5. Okay? Let me erase this. I think your answer is 415, I think. 460. Hoping this level's starting to stick, guys. But here's a breakdown of how this works. Divide both sides by 6.5, yada, 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 and keep going. Okay? All right, work this one out in your notebook. I want you to copy down the situation, your problem. A bus travels 70 miles in 2 hours. What is the speed of the bus in minutes? In miles per hour. Use the equation dirt to solve it. Okay? See if you can do it by yourself first. Figure out which letters you're replacing with these numbers, and then push play and we'll work it out together. Alright, so we are doing dirt, and we're going to solve and figure out how many, and what speed and what rate this bus is traveling. Okay? So we're going to use dirt. Let's get started. D. A bus travels 70 miles. That's our D. That's our distance. Okay? So we have 70 equals in 2 hours. Now remember that rate is talking about speed. Well, 2 hours is not speed, it's talking about time. So we don't know our rate right now. We're trying to find our rate. Rate times 2. Again, since this is talking about hours and non-minutes, we do not have to convert that at all. So it can stay as a 2. Okay? So again, when you have a letter and a number side by side, you have to get that letter by itself by dividing. Divide both sides by 2 to get the R by itself. 70 divided by 2 and 2 divided by 2. The 2's cancel out. So now you have R equals 70 over 2, or 70 over 2 equals R. They mean the same thing, okay? So now you have to figure out what 70 over 2 is. Hint, hint, it's the same thing as division, 70 divided by 2. And it is 35. So the rate is 35 miles per hour for that bus. Okay? And if you weren't sure, here's the proof. Ta-da! Alright, clear, cool. Work this one out in your notebook. On a busy road, okay, we're going to do this one together. On a busy road, cars can travel only 5 miles in 10 minutes. Oh. So in this problem, they're actually doing miles per minute instead of miles per hour. So our rate is going to be 5 over 10. So we're going to use our dirt. Right here so we don't forget. We're going to use dirt, and we're going to solve this problem. Distance, we're going to solve A first. Our distance, we don't know yet. But we do know that our rate and our time. So 5 miles for 10 minutes would be 5 tenths. Let's do D equals 5 tenths. And then our time is going to be 15 minutes. So times 15. Okay? So our distance will be 5 times 15, 10 times 1, which is 75 tenths. Also known as 7.5. I don't think that makes sense. On a busy road, cars travel only 5 miles in 10 minutes. At this speed, how far will a car travel in 15 minutes? Well, in 10 minutes they do 5 miles, and in 15 minutes, 7.5 makes perfect sense. So A checks out. Alright, I want you to use the same equation to solve B. At the speed, how long will it take a car to travel 20 miles? When you think you found the answer, I want you to raise your hand and have a teacher check your work to see if you got it right. Alright guys, so today we talked about how to find constant speed and how that works. Don't forget your dirt. Go ahead and get started on your digits 11-3 and good luck. Have a wonderful afternoon.